One and only Derrick Jaxn, social media, the man who lays it down and says it's so honest that most men are like, I can't stand him. But at the end of the day,
Says who?
a lot of guys on your page be like, dude, come on.
Most, though. That's subjective.
Yeah? Why do you think so many guys don't like you?
I think a lot of guys have problems with the things I'm revealing that they need to fix in themselves. So they pissed off at me like I'm the problem. When the real problem is the work that they got to do and the fact that they don't want to do it.
Ooh. So this is what Kay Michelle said on our show when she was here last week. This is one of the clips. And we're going to allow you to call in Atlanta 404-741-WVEE.
Everything that I've gone through has been because of lack of self-esteem and men being in the middle.
What do you mean? Like, explain that. Like,
I don't think men are good people.
Wait, you think that now? All men.
I don't think they're good people.
Why not?
The reason for that, and I truly believe that, the reason for that is, like, for men to do things that they consider small in the flesh of, like, cheating, you know that that's going to destroy your partner, but you do it anyway. That's not a mistake. We've watched the same story over and over again.
Yeah.
And just because I'm a woman, I'm supposed to accept your betrayal.
Right.
Because you're taking advantage of my love for you, and I'm supposed to just be the one behind you riding or dying. I'm not dying with nobody. And to see girls come up to me, I'm the girl they come up to all day long crying. They tell me the most disgusting of stories that I couldn't even believe. And a lot of times men, the wrong man, will stunt your growth as a woman. Women could be doctors, lawyers, and everything, but they in the bed crying over what a man did to them.
I don't believe that, man. I think that's a generalized
Kay,
statement.
what you think?
You think all them bad except you?
Not even that. I think just based on what you said, I think your experiences are valid, and I think the things that she was talking about are extremely valid, but in the way that you've internalized it is toxic. It's
Very.
like, yeah, there are kids in Chicago that are committing crimes, but hypothetically, let's say you have a son or a daughter. That doesn't mean that your son or daughter is a bad person because kids over there are doing wrong, even though those things are actually happening. So I think that's a generalized statement to say all men are bad. I think all men can be better the same way that women can. We could speak to the things that we're doing wrong in terms of holding us accountable. But whenever you say all men are bad, you're almost giving them a pass to continue being bad. And that I'm not for.
I can't give them the pass to do nothing. They've been clowns for years. So there's not a pass I can give. Men like to take that and make women be the blame for why they're acting like that or this and that. Yes, I have been in some relationships and they haven't been good for me. You know, but it's not just me that I'm basing this off of. It's women in every city. I've been on the road every week for 5 years. 5 years. And these women are walking up to me, I mean, like crying. Not even like, oh, he did this, like broke down, souls broke down.
Right.
So as soon as they come towards me, I know the first thing they're going to say, something they man did to them. No, it's never anything good. I rarely hear anything good that a man has done to help a woman become a better woman. I go on the real. I go on what's brought. You all can be like, oh, there is a good man. Yeah, probably 1%. You want to talk about the 1%?
That's different.
You want to talk about a 1%?
But if you're going to tell the truth,
And he
you
might
gotta
be
tell-
gay. He might just be being good to his gay partner.
You got to tell both sides of it. And with that mentality, you're only going to bring in that 99% that you think exists that represents the worst of us. Because let's say a good man does come along. Is that mentality going to attract him and make him want to stay around?
Well, who cares what attracts him? That's not what it's about for me in my life. I pay my own bills right now.
Well, you're going to continue
So
If you're
when you
gonna
pay your
continue-
own bills, you're going to think about love differently. So if a man is not willing to show and prove who he is, he's not for me. I'll put up this wall, and if you're not going to climb it, then you need to stay on the other side of it. I'm going to speak and say how I feel. This submission stuff with Fantasia, I'm not submitting to nothing but my bag and my kids and my career. I will submit. There is no submission without a mission. There has to be a mission. These men don't have missions.
You have absolutely no obligation to submit or do anything, but you would be wise to be consistent in what it is that you want. Do you really want a healthy relationship with a man that is good?
Okay.
If that's the case, then you have to create a welcoming space for
If
that.
that
And
was
what you're talking
possible.
about is not welcoming.
I've been in a relationship for now 3 years. I knew him for 20. Right?
I feel for this
And
brother
he
on this
was
other side of this microphone.
why not feel for me? Why are you feeling for him? Like, I was with somebody, I've been friends with somebody for over 20 years we get in a relationship, and as soon as things get bad for me health-wise and I'm not as strong, I wasn't brought up like I should have been brought up. I was made to feel even more insecure in the situation. Me as a woman, I have decided that there's years and time within this. There are babies about to be born and everything, so we are working on this relationship. But before we were a couple, I still spoke on these situations. I tell my relationships to the women that come and cry. I let them know mine ain't perfect. I'm not no relationship goals for y'all. I'm just gonna tell y'all the truth at all times.
But I think what he's trying to say is, if you want a relationship, does that attitude create the space in order to accept the good man when he comes along?
It might scare him, but he need to be scared.
So you want a man to be scared, and like
Not
just think about
scared.
what you
He
said.
needs to know what he's getting into. Like we always say, don't pull it out unless you're gonna use it.
I think at the end of the day, women do have a lot of power in those decisions.
Okay.
I think ultimately it's terrible to hear you talk about how these feelings are toxic and you don't think nothing could be done about it. But every day we know what the facts are. We know that men have issues, women have issues, but I think a lot of women have the power, what they deal with and what they tolerate, and I think that can help men be better at the same time.
That's real.
Here's the thing that's, I guess, confusing for me, and I'll say it to both you and Derrick. I believe truly that women have power to motivate men to do whatever they want. Women are the best. Listen to what I'm saying. Women can move a man. First, if you look back through history, women have caused more wars in this earth than anybody. Women control the cards. And the women that play it the best are the gold diggers and whatever. They know how to manipulate men. Women know how to manipulate men.
That ain't it, Frank.
Well, listen.
That's
But
a
listen to
fact,
what I'm
though.
saying.
That's a fact.
Wait. I'm not saying that as a conclusion. I'm saying what's confusing for me is women are magical manipulators. They can manipulate situations in men because they get into the emotion of things that men be like tripping about.
Don't even think about.
So what I'm saying is, if women have the power to manipulate, why don't they have the power to change the situation that men
That
do?
ain't it,
That ain't
Frank.
the
Now,
truth.
now we're putting the responsibility of who we are on women, and we've done a lot of that. And what I believe is, a woman can't change a man. A woman can't inspire the qualities in a man that he should have had before he even came across her. But what she can do is protect herself. What she can do is make sure she doesn't tolerate it past the point that she realizes he's doing what he's doing.
I don't believe that.
Women can inspire and influence things.
Let
but
me
we
tell
are
you
in
why-
control.
let me
We're
tell you-
amazing, but we not
Let me
Jesus.
let me tell you why I don't believe it.
Okay.
Let me tell you why I don't believe it. Because every man that's been out there and has said to himself, "Oh my God, I love her, I want to marry her," something happened to that man's psyche at that point when he said, "I want to marry you." He could have been out here on the street. He
Doing
could have been doing whatever he wants to
With
do.
whoever.
And then he comes across that one woman that changes everything about his outlook. Okay? And then he changes and he gets with that one woman. Now, from that point until it gets to another point where something happens to his psyche where he decides to cheat, that's the area I'm talking about right there. There was a time when the woman had him and he wasn't cheating.
Just because they get a ring don't mean they wasn't cheating. Men get married and cheat the night before. So you can't put women in control just because you say we're manipulators. We can't. You know how many women would have been manipulated men to not cheat on them?
What I'm
if
saying
it was possible.
is, okay, listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. If I'm a single guy and I'm out here single and I'm playing the field and I'm getting everything I want, why would I marry you? Something happened.
Facts.
You
That's
did
facts.
something.
You see me in face. Are
You
you
did
right?
something to me to
I
make
did
me
something
Well,
to
let me
you.
say-
as a woman.
Well,
You
there's
did
something-
something
I did
to
something
make
to
me.
you
there's
as a man,
something
and you're
in
supposed
you.
to be the head of a household.
No,
You're supposed to be
listen-
the head of
listen what I'm
everything. You're
saying.
supposed to be the head of a relationship.
Talking
How
about
can I do
selective.
anything
No,
What
for
I'm-
you
what I'm-
to
what I'm
make
saying
you
is,
not stand
I'm
on
talking-
your 2 feet to have my back?
I'm talking about there was something magical that happened to make that man say,
So
damn.
focus.
Well, give
and-
me
and-
the magic dust to put on his sausage to make him not go poking.
But
Let me go to the phones real quick. Big E in Atlanta, what you think?
Man, I think K. Michelle and the other caller is out of their mind. I'm a married man. I had to wake up and listen to these battered women battered women try
Look
to
at how you
justify
sound.
these battered women try to justify their bad choices. Sometimes y'all just make bad choices and then y'all try to blame it on all men. I'm a married man, happily married. I've been in the game, watching the game forever. It's like watching K. Michelle. We see you make bad mistakes. We like, why you do that? Then you come on the show and be like, oh man. We like, yo, you just making bad decisions. Just call it what it is. It's a lot of men out here doing the right thing, but women don't want to say, hey, they're doing what they want to do instead of what they need to do at that time.
You don't
They
need no
always
cookie
choose
'cause
the
you
dude
married.
that
You don't get a
flourishes.
cookie.
They never look at the dude that's the good dude because that's not what they want at the time. But what the good dudes stand on the side like, why don't you want me? Then they get bad and get abused by these dudes out here in the street. Then they come back to the other dude and be like, yo, I've been abused. Just like Kay said, I've been knowing this dude for 20 years. It just took you 20 years to get back to that dude. If you went out there and played around and did what you wanted to do, he been there the whole time.
That's right. That's
Wake
real. But
up,
guess what?
man,
He still had a problem. Hey, Big E, what
What's
you
up?
want? A Happy Meal?
No,
That's what
I'm
you
trying to
want.
get you to
Let me get you to
I'm trying to get you to
understand that one,
I
sir,
have seen
you
come
don't
on the
know me.
radio.
You need to hold on, Big E. In the first place, your tone shows me that you're not a good man. The way you're talking about these battered
wife,
women,
I'm not a
you need
good
to
man.
hold your
Ask my
tone,
kids, I'm not a
pull
good
your
man.
bass
Ask my
down,
community, am
Big
I
E.
a good
You
man?
think you something because you got married. You don't get a cookie for that.
no,
You don't
no,
get a
it's not
cookie
that
for
'cause I got
marriage,
married.
okay? You
I
talking
made a
about
conscious
it's on
decision.
TV. This how I get my money. So you don't talk about. I tell you what you need to see. So you don't know
Well,
what's going on. And what I'm
here's the
telling
deal.
you is,
Here's the
men
deal.
like you, you're not the 1%.
Here's
From
the
how
deal.
you talk,
Hold
you're
on,
not
Biggie.
the good 1%.
Hold on 1 second. All right, Derrick, go ahead. What you think?
Man, look, I get what she's saying, and I get what he's saying to an extent, a much smaller extent. But in the same way, he's generalizing, everybody up here is being battered because they have very valid experiences. I think in the same way, K. Michelle can't generalize men because she's had some bad experiences that all guys are trash and all of that. Once again, you only going to attract that thing that you're so focused on if that's the only thing that you're materializing and validating out here. So I have a question for K. Michelle. Like, what exactly is a 1%? What does that look like? What is that great guy?
Like Jesus and Obama.
Okay, so with that being said, both of those men are spoken for. So
Well.
you have every look,
Well,
you got every
ain't
right
fine,
to you
dude.
got every right to believe that there's no other good man except for Jesus and Obama. Okay, cool. But
I see it's
you-
better than last time I gave you 2.
But you would be unwise to even pursue a relationship thinking it can be anything other than toxic.
You real.
Because you're saying I only got space for the
They
absolute
creep
worst
me
of men.
out. They creep me out. Like they creep me out. The one person that I thought was in that 1%, the one person that I thought was gonna have my back, it didn't go down
You're
like
holding
that.
on to that and defining everything by that one experience.
No, I was real messed up in the head way before him. He ain't gonna take all that responsibility.
That's
Those
real. You were
couple
messed
AT
up.
aliens did that, So
So here's the thing: do you even want to be in a healthy relationship at all? Do you
I
want
don't
to?
believe they're possible.
Okay, so you're just going to be single the rest of your life and you good? And
No,
are you happy with
I'm
that?
not single. I'm just floating.
Are you happy just floating, like truly happy, not for any kind of front?
I'm
but are you
I'm
really
happy with certain aspects. I'm not overall completely happy. When I find that ultimate peace, that's what I really try to strive for.
If you're committed to that, that's the only thing that you're ever going to get. And so long as you're at peace with that, I'm good. I can't tell you what to think, but in order to have something else, you got to
I
be
just
open
think
to
all
something
of them
else.
are bad. I'd rather stay in the best worst situation because they all messed up.
That's your guard being put up, and you think it's keeping you safe, but really it's keeping you stuck. It's keeping you stuck
What
in
is
the
it keeping
same.
me stuck
It's
from?
keeping you in. It's keeping you stuck away from anything that could possibly be different.
So I'm blocking out another offender.
It's like if you were to fail on your dreams, if you were to fail at your career over and over again and say, you know what,
I keep going.
if nobody's ever going to love me in my voice, nobody's ever going to appreciate me, guess what? You don't step into that next record exec's office. You don't put that next song out. You don't even try. You don't give it a chance. Therefore, you are you're sealing your fate as never being successful.
But when I speak, it's not just on me. I'm speaking on the women that come to me.
Okay,
the
can I ask you a
women that
question?
I see.
What about your daddy?
My daddy, he is my daddy. My daddy is strong. My daddy is brilliant.
Is he in the 1%?
No, Jesus and Obama's in the 1%.
That's my 1%, but I've had men around. And I've had men around.
No, but I'm saying, is your daddy in the 1%?
Well, I want to say he is because he's my daddy.
Okay.
I'm gonna be real. I'll be real and say because he's my daddy.
you know, when from the time
Because that's a man that
right.
showed me love.
But I was getting ready to say something to you. What I'm seeing is in the days we've been spending together, you are a perfectionist.
Very much.
You have done things beyond the imagination to be perfect in every aspect of your life.
Thank
your
you.
daddy gave you a bunch of history and a bunch of knowledge. You're a very smart person, went to school to get a psychology degree, the whole night. You are a perfectionist and you have this high level. And what happens is you now have that in the midst of another side of you that wants the hood dude.
No. My dude is not hood.
Not your dude now, but when you came
Not
in,
now.
you
when
said
I came in, I wanted that.
that's
I
what I'm
wanted
saying. So
goatee, dreads.
but listen,
I wanted
follow
hood
what I'm
streak.
saying. You got this perfectionist, and your dad is the epitome of what a black man should be. He ran a damn Black History Museum, right? But then on the side, you want the hood dude. You go out in the street, mess with the hood dude. They totally trash you and break your heart.
Yeah.
Now you're comparing what you want with this high level of expectation
There's no middle.
to your experience being with these hood dudes. And what Derrick is saying,
No, I
you
dated
have
all
to
type
open-
of these men.
No, but you can't because you're not attracting all type of these men. Because your aura is only going to attract a man that thinks he can deal with you. And that's what Derrick is saying.
Okay.
Your aura is only going to attract a certain... See, women got to understand, you're only going to attract what you put out. So if you want something different, you have to learn within to put out something
No,
different.
Frank, I don't believe that. I
don't
think
believe
I
it.
think good, bad, or ugly, you're gonna attract the good, bad, and ugly.
Look at all the women
Michelle
back here
Obama's
behind
gonna
y'all.
attract everything. It's about what you entertain, what you accept.
Okay.
She just talked about a little bit earlier, like her dude ain't doing what he's supposed to be doing, but she's still with him. She's entertaining it. She's allowing him to continue to be in her space. You haven't risen the value on your space to make somebody have to earn it by doing more than what the guy who's currently in your life is doing.